Hello and welcome, it is I, Patchworth, your game clown, once again, and we are going to be continuing with our tutorial on Awesomenauts. Now, I just wanted to show you that I have increased the AI difficulty slightly, so we don't have the same problem as we did last time with Voltar, and that way, hopefully we won't win right away, and it'll give me more time to tell you on how to use various characters. So, we're going to hop right in with the next character. I would actually go in chronological order of who dropped first with Yuri, but I don't think so. So let's go with Gnaw. Now, I know with a lot of the other levels, I've told you various tactics with Gnaw, and I'll actually show you a little bit more about what I'm talking about when we actually use him. He is kind of an interesting character. He's defense, but honestly, he can be pretty aggressive and can just rack up kills like few other Awesomenauts, efficiently and without apparent effort. Really annoying to play with and really annoying to play against. And you will find him as one of the most common knots to be parading around, because he's a lot of fun. He's got a cute little song. He's essentially a space gremlin, so he's cute in his own horrifying way. But there is a lot of surprising amount of skill involved with him because I'm not great myself, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. I'm sure he'll come up in the random run a few times. So here we've got the original, and let's take a look at the skins. We have the Gnaw bee skin, which again, just like Clunk's chicken, I don't get it. I do know that he's basically a biker pirate pet, and he's on loan. So it's kind of like dressing up your French bulldog in like bunny ears or something like that. But bee, I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, this one is actually one that I kind of want myself. The Gnaw. Robot Gnaw is another one like Leon's pirate skin, where it has an entirely new voice set for him on top of the actual skin. So he's pretty cool. His voice gets all metallic-y, and the robot voice for Gnaw is actually an option for one of the announcers, I believe. So I believe it's either going to be or it is currently. I've only got Susie, but I know like Voltar and Derpelzork's dad is the original announcer. And but pretty cool. Since I don't have any other skins, we'll just go with basic Gnaw, and we'll show you the loadout. Same basic stuff, guys. I'm gonna do my usual. You know me. Now, he just has like a regular jump, which I'll show you. His main attack is close range melee. He does a bite, and you can... His main theme is essentially damage over time. He is a character that after a bite and a hit with his acid spit, you could be running all the way across the board and die right before hitting the base, and rather the store, and it is just really infuriating to go against him if you've got a squishy character. So his bite can do poison damage. That's damage over time, is plus 10, so we'll go with that. We've got the attack speed, also pretty handy. File teeth, lifesteal. We've already seen lifesteal with Clunk, so we're not going to do with that. Dental braces, damage over time, faster, and a shorter amount of time on the bite, which means it does the same amount of damage over time, but does it faster, which gives them a shorter amount of time to find either a med pack or the store, which will take off the damage over time and also restore them. So we'll use that. Then we also have the rabbit teeth, which is a speed bonus for biting enemies. That means when you actually bite somebody, you move faster instead of slowing them down. So you can actually chase them halfway across the board and just keep biting their butt. Pretty cool. I actually have a lot of fun with that one. And of course, Diamond Teeth increases the damage of bites. So yeah, that's the only one that does, I believe, just a standard flat boost on the damage. Now your scroll wheel are the Weedlings. Weedlings are your main defense and can be used in a variety of different ways. And I'll show you a little bit more in detail on how they actually get used. The corrosive spores increases the damage of the Weedlings. The wild growth increases damage of placed Weedlings. So how is that different? Increases damage of Weedlings. Does that mean how much they can... No, that's not health. Okay. Fertilizer. Weedlings that live after 15 seconds grow. We're definitely going to use that one. And not just because it says new. Every 5 minutes of game time adds more health. Requires less parts to build. We'll use that. And we're also going to use damage of Weedlings. Flex Neck. Increase attack speed of Weedlings. Standard. And the bag of seeds is place more Weedlings. So I think you can have +1, and it looks like there's 2 slots, so you can have an additional 2 Weedlings. So that's good. And your right-click attack is the Acid Spit. Now the Acid Spit, just 1 second here. The Acid Spit essentially hurls a ball of acid in an arc. Very unprofessional. And I believe if it hits you, you take a little burst of damage, and then you get damage over time. And the goo will stay longer and burn through glass platforms and drip down. We're using that because I've already talked about that, and we have to show you it. So, Tentacle Soup adds slowing effect. Enemies hit by the spit will receive extra damage, so yeah, it totally does hurt to get hit by it. The Featherball Spit Further, we'll use that, why not? Deal more damage with spitted goo, damage over time, sure, why not? This is and the last one is Split Spit, which I really wish I could show you guys, but I can explain it a little bit, but that's just one of those things that I'll have to unlock and actually get more in detail. I kind of wish I had thought about this tutorial before I started my random run, but if you guys have any questions about this stuff, feel free to leave a comment. As soon as I am able to, I will show you sort of like updates on all of these tutorials so you can get a better idea on how certain things work. So let's just start with what we've got here, and is that you? You know what, let's actually do the slowing effect, because I don't know if I've actually showed that with anybody yet. Alright, and back to Aguilion. And if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, please feel free to just flame me in the comments. I am more than happy to take the hit on that one. Alright, so, the basics. Over in our little teaching area. There he is. Cute little guy. Sort of. Oh god, he's drooling. I just noticed that. Okay, so. Your basic attack. Yum, 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 yum. And pretty effective. We got a little jump. Boing. Kind of a high jump. I don't think quite as high as Froggy, but not bad. You got your spit, which goes... Blah. And as you can see, it actually spit 2 little guys instead of 1. And then, as you can see here, you start off, every single time you land from the drop pods, you have 1 Weedling to use. And I will actually just use it right here because if you use these guys too many times, it will actually pull this one away and will spawn over wherever you spit the next guy. There is a limit to how many you can have, so bear that in mind while playing. Because if you've got like, or I'll show you the weeds in one place, and then you like sort of spit them in front of a turret to block and soak up damage, you will lose those guys, so bear in mind. Okay, so we do have, as you can see, another Weedling to use. You're going to want to, I'm actually going to show you, whoa, hey friend. We're going to show you some etiquette as well as tactics with this. When you're doing this, you want to use your Weedling here in the enemies area because, frankly, it's just rude to try to take away health from your allies. Sometimes they're trying to escape, and that's the only chance that they have to cause damage. And it's just better for everybody if wait a minute, does this not go away? Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so now we've got like a little bit of a Weedling patch right here. A good place to have these guys is what used to be a good area was right here, because they used to have some creeps down here as well, and you could like just spit your Weedlings down here, and they would just like regenerate health. But apparently that wasn't a great idea, and they nerfed that. So unfortunate, not unexpected, but something to bear in mind. Now, oh, did you see that? Oh, that's great. When you've got your little Weedling patch someplace else, if they're next to the creeps here, they will automatically attack them whenever they spawn, and that health, wherever you are, pops right into you. So that gives you a little extra bonus in unkillability. Oh, shoot. So, and then you can also spit your Weedlings right here to soak up some damage. And as you can see, the Weedlings will recover over time. They are plants, and so they can actually do that. Now you see the little purple junk on the back of these guys? That is actually the little icon that they have for somebody being poisoned. Ugh, gotcha. No, do I? Yeah, you can actually see the little poison goop on there. That will actually hurt somebody if they either get hit with it or if they walk over it. So it's a good way to crowd control with the droids. And a good way to booby trap people. If I were to have the split spit instead of that standard little animation for it, it would have like this big bubble, and if somebody were to walk over it, it would split off into two more. Go on. Yeah, see? He just ran away from it. Now that damage over time, you'll notice that it will slowly tick down how much health a character has. It sort of gives you like a little warning bar of like, hey, this is how much damage you might as well, you should probably get yourself healed up. Yeah. And you can sort of see it ticking down like that. The spit will eventually reach the bottom of that little dip, and if that happens, you can die. If you hit either a med pack or get to your base, like if you're running away, oh my gosh, and you get here, it automatically shuts that that health ticker down, and you don't have to worry too much about that. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that for now, and we'll show you how all that works. Now, what I got was oops, okay, we're gonna do the Weedling first too. So that's gonna sit right here. Come on, guys. I'm trying to teach here. This is a class. This is not a place for tomfoolery. All right. There we go. So this guy lived for 15 seconds. And as you can see, instead of being the little guy, here's a comparison, it is actually bigger and will do more damage now. Now this, you can actually see that it drips down. Okay, and it drips down all the way here. So if anybody gets hit with that little acid spit on the window, like if I'm here, I'm attacked, and it will actually do all of that. So it is a good way to sort of booby trap people. And oh, did you see that? Great, that was awesome. Okay, so when you exceed your limit on weedlings, the other one will die. If you are killed, they will also die. In fact, let's just go ahead and build a couple of those guys, and once we get killed, you will see that they shall die. Or, you know what, maybe we don't even need to go that far, because I want to show you how to get weedlings. As you can see, over here in our little teaching space, down here, we are completely out of weedlings. So I'm clicking the button, nothing's coming out. How do I get weedlings? Well, the only way to do that is to gain materials. In order to do that, you have to bite people. When you bite people, that green, as you can see, starts to fill up. You can only have the 2 at a time, and then you run out of space. But you can, but yeah, if you run out, all you got to do is bite people until you gain some. Now, how do you typically use Gnaw? Well, he is pretty aggressive. I wish I could actually show you one of the techniques, but one of the cool things to do with him is to find like a little hidden nook. Actually, this is a great place. A little hidden nook, and sort of like drop a bunch of weedlings down here. And you just sort of lurk under here, away from everybody, and just wait for your opportunity to jump out. Oh gosh. And then when they come after you, they encounter this little unpleasant pile of guys. If you get these weedlings up high enough, they become very difficult to kill, and they will regenerate health. So you can just sort of, guard your little weedling patch, and it can be quite difficult to uproot, as it were. Pardon the pun. So, and yeah, you can get up to, I think, let's find out. We got 2, 3, 4? Okay, so maybe 5 or 6 of these guys if you've got up max weedlings. So, good little spot to hang out is those little hidden nooks. You can also, and we're probably going to have to do this in just a moment, slowing effect. Let's cause some damage over time. Weedlings, because we are getting our butts kicked at this point. I sort of decreased the damage on these guys a little bit too much. Now you can also, okay. Now you also see that when I'm attacking him, he does also lose a little bit of health when I bite them. You can increase that with certain types of effects, and so there's that. Now, you can also, if you've got like a turret that's kind of vulnerable, like this one right over here, you can actually put your weedlings in front of the turret, and they will cause an extra barrier of protection to keep it from getting destroyed. That's a bit of a high risk because there are quite a few characters that can pass through and cause damage to them, but it's an option if you don't have any other characters that are really good at defense. So, something to think about. Bluff, and... Uh-oh. Oh boy. Now, do I have slow yet? I'm not sure if I have slow, because I want to show you slow. Yeah, there you go. Did you see the little purple thing over that? That is the slow. We've seen a little bit of that before. So you can cause some slow in that regard, make it harder for people to get away and harder for them to find some kind of health bonus. So, and with every time you increase your slow power, it actually will increase how slow it makes them. So you combine that with the damage over time faster, it makes it harder for them to escape, and much easier for them to, die from damage over time. So, I mean, that's basically it. He's definitely he's a well-rounded character. He can be either damage. Ooh, look at that. Nice slow. He can be either damage. He can be defense. He can be a serious threat. Especially if you just spam the spit and have like the double spit. There's really not a lot of characters that can... Oh, dang it. That was stupid. Very difficult to kill, especially if you do the nesting right around where you go. A good place to keep him sequestered when you're on Ribbit 4 is right above the worm. Actually, that's someplace else. But... yeah, if you guys want, I can show you some of the prime hiding spots for Gnaw later on. Just leave me a comment if you have any questions or if there's anything else that you want to see. But I don't really think there's much else that I can show you right now with my current loadout options. Gnaw is a lot of fun. If you want to just cause a lot of kills and not necessarily have a lot of threat to yourself, just, increase your damage over time. Spit farther. Get these, you can do, like, some serious damage with the Weedlings, especially if you're just sort of, like, hiding among them like a creeper, waiting to strike! Oh, yeah. No, he's a lot of fun. You see him very often, like I said, so you can't go wrong with a character like that. But yeah, no, just give him a shot, guys. And, let me know what you think. If you like what I'm doing here, guys, subscribe, like, leave a comment. I appreciate all the help. I really do. And I think that's the last one for today. So until next time, guys, cheers all.